Hey everyone, this is episode 13 of Tandem Podcast. Until now, every episode has been recorded over an internet call through something called Google Hangouts. It's really similar to Skype, with the guest at one end and me at the other. And this isn't the ideal situation, but for me to be able to speak to people all over the world, traveling is just not really realistic each month. So the in-person interviews, which is not what I do, have less technical difficulties, like the internet speed and quality of the connection. Just better audio quality when you can record somebody in person and more fluid conversations because there's no lag time. So Christian Dean was visiting me in Ohio to film for his Welcome to Tilt part. So I thought it'd be a great opportunity to record the first in-person interview with him. The technical difficulties were a different challenge than I'm normally used to, sort of using two microphones in person to record someone, but I was able to really fine-tune it in the post, so I think it came out to something I'm really satisfied with. And with Tommy's episode, I really liked the question towards the end where I posted a photo on Instagram and then had people ask questions to him. So I would ask the questions that they asked, and I got a really good response, and a lot of questions were pretty interesting. But that was just a short segment on the end of his episode. So I decided with Christian I would do an entire episode with those questions only being from the listeners, and much to my surprise, I got a really good response. I got a lot of questions, definitely enough to fill an entire episode, so that was good. I definitely interjected a couple of mine that were just related to what we were talking about, but for the most part, it was entirely just from people replying to a post on Instagram. So until now, I've been using a microphone not exactly intended for podcasting or like really close vocals. I won't get too into the technical information, but basically the microphone I was using is for standing far away and recording really specific points of audio. And that's not what I'm doing. I'm standing very close at a desk to the microphone. So I found a good deal on a microphone that was designed for this close-up vocal use. So I decided to get it. And the intro and outro were recorded with it, but I didn't have the complete setup at the time that I recorded with Christian. So that was recorded with mainly the normal style of microphones that I've been using. But for the future, everything's going to be recorded with this. So I don't know if you can necessarily notice the audio quality improving. I'll see if I can. This is pretty much the first time I'm recording with it. So we'll see, but hopefully, I don't know, to people who like really know audio, they could tell that the audio quality has improved a little bit with the new equipment. And as always, make sure to click on the links in the show notes or the description, whatever platform you're listening to, because it gives great context to what we're talking about. And I mean, obviously, it wouldn't be great to click on them when you're listening to it, but when the episode is done, just click through the links. You might see something that you haven't seen before, and it might inspire you in a certain way. Or a lot of times, it's just like important pieces of scooter history that the current generation of scooter riders has never seen before. So check those out. Here's Christian. We're gonna do basically a completely different format than I usually do, which of course, like this is on video, and then also we're doing it in person, which I've never done before for Tandem. And I also decided to get questions from all the listeners. I just posted something on Instagram a few days ago, so we're gonna see how long this goes for, but I'm gonna try to do the entire episode just with questions from listeners. So Victor Pick was the first person to comment. So how did you get involved with tilt scooters?
I've been friends with Jordan and Zack Johnston for a long time, because they're both like native to Iowa, and I just met them through scootering. Probably about a month after I graduated high school in 2014, I was talking to Zack, and he worked at Tilt, and so did Jordan. And Zack said that there was a like job opening, and so I just started like talking to him about that, and he put my name out there. And I'd also met Colin at Davenport Skate Park too. That there was like a ride day that you guys came down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd known like quite a few people like involved with Sky High and with Tilt. So yeah, Zack just kind of threw my name out there, and I ended up getting like a phone interview with Luke, who helped run Tilt with Colin. And yeah, after that, they pretty much just said yeah, and I packed up my bags and moved to Chicago.
I didn't know that was the first time that you met Colin at that ride day in Davenport.
He actually came up to me and was like, "Hey, like you're Christian." I was like, "Dude, how do you know my name? Like, how do you know who I am?" But yeah, that was like the first time I met him.
I remember that ride day, I fell 2 times in the bowl so bad. There's that waterfall, and that waterfall is like oddly steep, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's way too steep, and I was just going so fast, and the waterfall was like 2 feet tall or something, and I go to like just pump into it, like just to gain speed, and I basically land in a nose manual. Like I cleared it to flat, and then I just went OTB like from the nose manual.
Anytime anyone would come from out of town that has like never ridden that skate park, like Shorty and I could just ride that as like fly out all day and do like whatever tricks we wanted.
Yeah.
And like Jordan or like Isaac would try to jump out of it and jump like 2 inches, and like they didn't know how that thing was ridden.
What can we expect from Sky High?
Right now, it's kind of Ian and I's. It's not really like our side thing, but it's kind of something we're just like playing around with. I obviously have a full-time job with Tilt, and then Ian has his own thing going on too. Right now, we're kind of just like playing with concepts and like seeing what we can do with it. I mean, as of right now, I have a few boxes of like unreleased clothes just at my apartment. So just trying to figure out in my free time like when to get photos of that done and get it up on the website. But hopefully we'll have some like more time to create some more stuff pretty soon.
Was the last video you guys uploaded Lucas's video?
I think we just did one for Jordan Stanley.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Like how does that stuff happen? Like do they contact you or do you contact them?
They usually contact us.
Okay.
Most of the people that have contacted us to put like a video on there, they like have like a full part already finished. They just don't really have like an outlet to put it on.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I don't know if Jordan has any like sponsors or anything. He might be sponsored by like a local shop or something.
Mm-hmm.
But he hit me up and asked if he could put the video on our channel, and I think he hit Ian up too, and we were just like, yeah, like your video's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Like so it's not like he is on Sky High or like any of those guys. I know like Jordan Velasquez has a video on there.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not like sponsored by Sky High or anything, but we just felt like, yeah, this video is cool. Like this person should get like some type of notice from it.
So it's kind of like what Trendkill does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Do you think people were confused about that? Like if there was, did you get like comments and stuff like that?
Yeah. I think sometimes people think it might be like a welcome to or something.
Yeah.
And right now we don't like Sky High doesn't really have a team. Like we'll pretty much just have like homies that will hook up with stuff or people like more like affiliates.
Yeah.
So like anyone who was involved with Sky High with like the original team is still can be fully involved with us. And like if they hit me up, like I'll give them some of the new stuff, or they can like put videos on our channel or like anything like that. But we don't have like an official like team. We're not really like adding people.
Yeah.
Because it is such like a small operation still, like for right now, just because it's pretty much dealing with Ian and I's own money. So we can't really afford to like supply a whole team with shirts and like give free apparel to people.
Does the limited drops, do you think that does well for you guys? Like does it sell out? And since you do low quantities, you you're not stuck with a bunch of inventory.
Yeah, I think we like doing that because we do like just creating new things all the time and not being stuck with like old styles and things like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where that idea came from. And also, like, Ian and I don't really make a penny off of Sky High. Like, any money that's made off of it goes right back into it.
Yeah.
So neither of us have taken any money out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's pretty much just like our little thing that we can do whatever we want with, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Without, like, sacrificing our whole life for it.
Yeah, well, when something is really small, you can move really quick. Like, you can do whatever you want. I think that's what happens a lot of time with scooter apparel companies or just scooter companies that make apparel. They end up getting stuck with a lot of inventory.
Yeah.
And just can't move it fast enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of scooter riders just wear like skate clothes or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they don't even wear scooter clothes.
Yeah.
The last question that this Victor Pitt guy asked was top 3 favorite video parts.
Okay. Yeah, we could both answer that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I would say in no order, Jordan's Tilt 2 part. I feel like that part has like a lot of like passion in it. It's really sick. Like the song and just like you can just tell he worked his ass off for that.
Yeah.
I think that's by far my favorite like Tilt 2 part. Connor's Sovereign Arbor part. It's always a great one. Probably Zack Martin's Wasted SES part. I watch that part a lot.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, I like that one.
When I think of top things, like top 3 or top categories, I kind of think of like, I don't know, maybe like historic things or important things.
Yeah.
So I would say number 1, Conor Davidson Sovereign Arbor part. Number 2, Matt Mckeen's The Philly Crew Video Journal 9 revised part. Just because that really introduced street riding to scooter riders, I think.
Definitely.
And I don't even know where we would be without that. And then probably number 3, Jamie Gantz's, not his last video part because he just had a new one.
Yeah.
But the video part before that.
The one on Inside?
Yeah. I think that's probably my top 3.
Yeah, that one's super good. All those are super good.
Yeah. And I can't like, those just come off the top of my head. So I guess that's kind of, I don't know, might be a response.
Yeah.
That makes sense because I don't have to think about it. It's like just obvious.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it.
I feel like mine are like always changing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So many like different influences at different times.
Yeah. All right. Second comment. Michaela.
I read this one too.
Who is Michaela?
That is your girlfriend. Shout out to Michaela.
Yeah, that's my girl.
She said she's gonna bring me sweet potato fries from wherever she went for shouting her out. So shout out to Michaela.
All right. How are you both so ridiculously good looking? I'll give my response. Scootering is good exercise.
Yeah. My response is ask my parents. Good genetics, I guess. I don't know.
Is Christian a younger clone of you? I think you might have the same haircut I did, but I don't know about anything else.
I'm just you, but beardless.
Why do you both speak in a similar manner? I would say because we're from the Midwest.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It'd be perfect if at that time we both said the exact same thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is he moving in with us? No, I think he'd have to quit working at Tilt, so probably not.
Yeah. Not yet.
Will you both be my brother husbands? I don't know what that is.
Yes.
Or can we adopt him to be our son? No.
Also yes.
Why is his hair no longer platinum?
I got over it.
All right.
Yeah, that was a good phase, but it might come back.
Yeah.
It was a lot of upkeep.
Yeah.
And my hair just felt like shit. It felt like straw.
Yeah, I was about to say like that would just absolutely fry it, right?
Yeah. It was pretty gnarly. It was like conditioner all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all that stuff just soaking into your head.
Yeah.
Time after time.
Yeah. I probably lost a few brain cells from that.
Yeah. You kind of answered this already. Alexander X Bould, what is coming from Sky High in the future?
Not like specific ideas.
Well, what do you want to accomplish maybe? Like
yeah. Still like coming out with stuff that people are stoked on and stuff that like I'm stoked on. I don't know. I just can't imagine like coming out with anything that I'm not gonna wear myself.
Yeah.
So if I'm into like super simple t-shirts that don't have a lot to it, like that's probably what I'll make because that's what I'll wear. And then if I have an idea for something that I want, then like I'll make that. It's usually like if I see a shirt that a company makes that's like super sick, or I think it's gonna be like the next like cool like thing, and I'm like, oh, that's too expensive. Like I don't want to buy that. I'll just like I'd be like, well, like what can I do to like maybe make something?
Yeah.
Like not like trying to copy them, but just to be like oh like that seems to be like my style or something that somebody would be into. So yeah, I guess just like keep making cool stuff and pushing scootering or not scootering in the right direction, because it doesn't even directly have to involve scootering.
Do you have any desire to do more video projects, like not just projects where people are having their video parts in your channel, but do you have any interest in like producing something?
I think so, yeah. I think that'd be cool to like make another like video part, or have like other people make video parts for Sky High.
Okay.
Yeah. Once like we can be at that level, if that's something I'm doing as like my only thing, like Sky High being like the only thing I'm doing, or if it's still like on the back, not on the back burner, but like as a second job, I guess. Yeah, I think if we get to that point, we have enough time to actually manage it, that'd be cool to keep making video parts.
All right, Noah.scoots. Can you come to Gahanna Skate Park tomorrow? No, we can't, Noah, because you posted this 3 days ago, and we can't time travel. Sorry.
Yeah. Once we figure that out, we'll go to that skate park on that day.
Yeah, but we might go to that skate park when Christian is here. But you're not going to see this because it's going to come out at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Griffin Phillips, why is Dean so perfect?
Damn.
That might be unanswerable.
Yeah.
I think that's too creepy.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like saying like I'm a modest person, because that's like the least modest thing you could do.
It's irony.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely don't like gloat on myself. So
yeah.
Thanks for the compliment.
Yeah, here's another one. That's the same thing. Colin.Martis. How does he have such a good style?
Yeah, that's Colin's the homie. That's one of the Byron Center, Michigan kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, it's like such a sick little crew there. They're like not typical scooter kids with like, full neochrome setups.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why my style is so good.
I think anyone's style gets better the longer they ride a scooter.
Yeah, that's true. I think, and just thinking about like not trying to just do every trick, but think about how you're doing tricks. I think that's a huge thing. Like I think a lot of kids, like when they start scootering, they're like, I'm going to learn every trick. Like I got to learn all these tricks, but they're not like thinking about how they're doing the tricks.
Yeah.
They're just like, as long as I land 1.5 feet on it, like that's fine.
Yeah. It's why Ralph's tail whips look better than his triple whips.
Yeah, for real. Anything Ralph does looks good though.
Yeah. I think I gave up on more than one whip tricks after seeing Ralph just do like whips.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, bgrams_. What other jobs do you both juggle along with scootering?
Pretty much nothing besides, I mean, I work at Tilt full time. I'm like the warehouse and shipping manager. And I think all of us at Tilt kind of have like varied job titles because we all kind of do everything. So like I'll hop on the Instagram and do like posting sometimes, or reply to little kids on the DMs.
Yeah.
That slide on into the DMs. So yeah, like you could count that as like marketing and stuff. So we all do like various things, but like the main thing I'm doing is like shipping orders, making sure the warehouse is all good, like making sure inventory's counted, and all the stuff people have no idea that happens at a scooter warehouse before they get their tilt fork.
Yeah. I work freelance, so I work for a lot of different things. So like I'll edit videos for Tilt. I do like team management for Tilt. I'll plan out trips and budget stuff for Tilt. And then I also just do like freelance photo, video shooting, video editing for like clients locally around here and stuff like that. And then I also just resell stuff on eBay.
That's sick.
So my income sort of comes from everywhere, and I do that because I'm able to go and travel in scooter. It's like not a full-time job, so my income is definitely not as steady as a full-time job. So there's that sacrifice, but there's also the trade-off that I can go on scooter trips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not, as of now, like it's not a sustainable life, but I just know that right now it's very important for me to make myself available so I can take advantage of scootering while I'm still physically able to do it. And being a pro scooter rider is a myth.
Yeah.
Unless you're like Ryan Williams, you're just not living off it. And if you think people are living off it, they're just living in their parents' house.
Yeah. 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 I mean, unless you're like, I guess, lucky enough to like work for a scooter company, which I'm lucky enough to do that. But
yeah.
I mean, yeah, scootering alone definitely wouldn't pay the bills.
No.
Unless you're living a very, very simple life.
Yeah.
Like
At your parents' house.
At your parents' house.
In the basement.
Yeah.
Eating ramen.
Yeah.
On their health insurance because you're under 26.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you're making it. You know you're making it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of people, they quit scootering and stuff when they like get jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And because they don't think they have enough time. But like I still work like a full day and will find time to go scooter.
Yeah.
Because even though I'm working at a scooter company, it doesn't mean it's like scootering for 6 hours and shipping a couple packages. It's like I'm actually doing real work. like it's a real job.
Yeah.
And it just so happens to be like with scooter parts.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's fun and I wouldn't trade it for like any other job. Like I could be doing the same thing at like UPS or something and hating my life.
Yeah.
But even if I was doing that, I would still like find the time to go just ride my scooter.
Nate Robertson _29. What rider influenced you the most? This would probably be like as a kid, I'm assuming.
Okay. Some of like the very first scooter riders I ever watched ride like in videos were like Martin Kimbell and just like his videos like in his driveway, like riding his spine.
Mm.
And then like Terry Price too.
Yeah.
Like that really made me see that like you can do some crazy tricks on a scooter.
Yeah.
And those were pretty much like the dudes back in the day.
Mm.
Not like nowadays, but when I started taking scootering more seriously, I would say probably like Jordan, just because like I did ride with him and he was like a good friend, but and still is a good friend. But no, I hate you, Jordan. But even like before I met him, I was like really into his riding and like the stuff he was doing. So even as like I guess stem off from that, I pretty much grew up riding with Shorty, and he was the dude like always sending it and like just doing big air tricks, like all that stuff.
Mm.
So I kind of more took the route of like technical riding, I guess, like more manuals and things like that.
Mm.
And once I like found out that I'm more comfortable with doing that instead of like throwing myself downstairs, I kind of stuck with that.
Mm.
And so maybe that's where like Jordan and like people like that kind of influenced me more.
I would have to say that when I was like a little kid, like probably 14, something like that, I think Josh Toy was probably the biggest influence with me. But I definitely agree, like Martin Kimbell and Terry Price were huge too at that time. Mm-hmm. I think later on probably Matt Mckeen, just because I kind of discovered street riding through him. I didn't really know about it before.
Mm-hmm. Matt's just a given.
Yeah.
If Matt if there's a scooter kid that doesn't know who Matt Mckeen is, oh man, you're messing up.
Well, everybody knows who Matt Mckeen is now, but they
Yeah.
don't know who he was then, and they don't know his significance.
Yeah,
I
like
don't
what he's
think.
done. Yeah.
Like, I don't think they know the history, which I hope they do after listening to the last episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Atwell Joe, where is his local barbershop?
My girlfriend cuts my hair.
Yeah.
She went to school for like being a hairstylist.
There you
So,
go.
shout out to Summer, my girlfriend. She's pretty sick.
Yeah.
But besides that, I just go to Great Clips, and hopefully it's not like an old person that doesn't know what they're doing.
Well, I mean, for your regular haircuts, all you have to do is clippers on the side, right? You don't.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll get like a little bit taken off the top, but
Yeah.
it's pretty simple haircut.
Chunky Crew, do you think scootering will get to a point where it's a career?
I think it will. I mean, skateboarding isn't necessarily there like it's a career. Like there's certain people that do make a living off of it. Also, I don't think it really matters too much. Like that's okay if it's not like a career. Like there can still be pros that don't only make money from skateboarding or scootering. What would be cool is if people are able to make money off of like what they love doing and do that. So if like, let's say like I like photography a lot. So if I were able to make money off of like taking photographs and things like that, as well as be a pro scooter rider, like that would be sick. As of right now, it's not like a career, but who knows? It could be.
Yeah, I always wonder if it was a career and you theoretically worked as a full-time job, it's like you'd almost have too many videos out there. Like there'd be too much of you.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, I mean, if you're scootering and filming that much, it's not like you're going to be learning a new trick every single day
Yeah.
for like 10 years straight.
Yeah.
It's just not going to work like that. So it might get kind of repetitive.
So maybe the question is, what else can people do besides just riding to involve that in their like pro scootering career? I mean, Tom already kind of does that. Like Tom K helps design parts for Tilt as well as ride for Tilt, and I mean that's like a pretty good way to do things.
And the same person, Chunky Crew, what do you think will change with full-length videos and video parts in the coming years, and what should change?
I think people should definitely still film full lengths and like parts. I feel like a lot of people are doing like more collaborative videos, which is really sick. Like involving crews or just kind of involving anyone that they scooter with. Hopefully it doesn't go down the only like Instagram path. I think the main thing I'd like to see is more companies coming out with full length videos. Because right now, like all I can really think of is like Tilt and Proto. Like making actual like full videos and DVDs.
Yeah. Nan Daz Oz says, "Why gray hair?" I think you might be colorblind or something.
Yeah, that was platinum blonde.
No, you're just super stressed. You just went totally gray.
Yeah, I was just too much is going on, man. I don't know. I just decided to bleach my hair. Then I bleached it like 7 times, and then it just turned like platinum, I guess grayish blonde.
And he also says, "What is your opinion on 6 wide?"
Scootering companies should maybe slowly go up in like sizes, because it seems like it jumped pretty far from, I mean 5 was the standard like last year. There's already 5.5s being made and like 6. So maybe exploring like the sizes in between would be a good idea. I haven't like seshed a 6 wide deck yet, really. I have a 5.5 right now and it seems really, really nice. Like it's very comfortable. Maybe I'll hop on one and I'll be hooked.
I know for sure I'm hooked.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for me, for right now, it's probably too much.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll slowly make my way up there. Whenever Tilt makes a 6 wide, then maybe I'll get on a 6 wide deck.
All right, Brandon _ McIntyre _. Are there any upcoming video parts?
Yes, that is why I'm here right now.
Filming for your Welcome to Tilt video.
Yes. Besides that, no, I don't think so. I'll probably have maybe another one this year. Well, another solo one this summer.
All right, Wet Soup _ which riders do you enjoy watching the most?
Actually, for a super long time, John Archer. It's crazy that like some of my favorite scooter riders are now like some of my good friends. But yeah, John has always looked super good on a scooter. Jordan Stanley, I think his style is super good and I like it a lot. Louis Soppel can do shit that no one else can right now, which is...
And he looks good doing it.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's leave it at those three.
Yeah.
Those three right now.
Yeah.
Those are guys that I'll go like back to their videos a lot or back to like their Instagram because I never really like go back on people's Instagrams and like watch videos over. But those guys I'll watch videos over for sure.
Danny fucking Higley, such a good pick. Fire emoji. That's Chris Martin on the cam, the tilt photographer. All right, _Z.Ross _ will there ever be a Tilt 3?
Well, there already is Transport. That is Tilt 3.
Yeah. I think after Tilt 2, it just gets stupid to like just call it the same thing with a number.
Yeah.
Like it's not like it's like the Fast and Furious 7.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is now.
Yeah. There will be more Tilt videos, but it's not going to be like 3, 4, 5.
Psycho Sam Fisher. Oh, Sam Fisher from St. Louis.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, he bleached his hair and took a picture with me at the Chicago Street Jam.
Thank you, Sam, for having all of us stay at your house in St. Louis. That was really nice of you. He said, what do you think are some of the main differences that set the Midwest scooter scene apart from the coastal scenes, the East and West Coast?
I think there's definitely a bigger difference from West Coast to Midwest than there is East Coast to Midwest. There's a lot more similarities in like the New York scene and like anyone over there. I think there's definitely just like a good sense of pride from being from the Midwest. Maybe there's so much area to like cover over here that has like never been covered at all. I don't know. I mean, there's the main ones like Chicago and like the bigger cities, but there's like just so many places that probably have no scooter riders at all and have like the best spots.
Yeah, I know. I really like that, like going to cities around Ohio and like the surrounding states and you're riding stuff and it's like, you know, nobody has ever like even been there or anything like that.
Yeah. It's just like untouched land.
Yeah. And it looks a certain way on film. It looks way different than other stuff.
Yeah. I love the way that like any Midwest footage looks. It's almost like you can just tell. I mean, I guess you can tell like West Coast footage and like East Coast footage. Yeah. So it has a distinct look. Mm-hmm. And I think it's very pleasing to the eye.
_Johannes 666 Tilt Europe Tour. Yes, this summer. Yep. Christian and I are going.
We'll be there.
It'll be announced where we're going and when.
Yep.
Soon. DA.Knight, Dakota Knight. After working in the industry for some time now, you have seen the progression of companies, riders, and quality of parts. What are your thoughts on the growth of the scene in the last few years, and where do you predict the industry is headed in regards to that growth?
The more, I don't know, I guess street scene of scootering is definitely going in like a pretty good direction as far as like parts innovation. Like we said earlier, like 6-wide decks being wider, just making more tricks available. People are also figuring out how to use a camera. And like, so that's really cool that like really good videos are being produced, just like Dakota Knight's videos. Like those are great. And it's also maturing a little bit. So like kind of the younger kids that maybe didn't know what's up before are kind of figuring out like, okay, this whole part of scootering is like actually really cool. Like I've met quite a few people who have like started out maybe being super into the vlogging and like the more park side of scootering, and then they would see like the older generation of like street scooter riders and they would be influenced by that and kind of like make the transition. It's definitely blowing up, but hopefully it just doesn't get burnt out.
Yeah.
I think that's the like main.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
All right, Monty J. Stees says the stoey, Stoey, of him getting into scootering.
Well, the story of me. My dad's always been into like skateboarding and BMX. So he had me on a skateboard when I was like 3 years old. So I've always kind of been more influenced by, I hate saying extreme sports, but like things like that. Since my dad was into that stuff, he would have me watching like skate videos and skateboarding and got me into BMX. So it was kind of natural that when I saw a scooter, I was like, oh, you can do tricks on this. Like I didn't have to like watch videos or have something spark to like see that things were possible. It was just pretty natural. I know I definitely started out on like just A models.
Yeah.
Like that you get at Target or Walmart.
How old were you?
Yeah, I think I really started like scootering in like 4th grade. That's like 2001 or 2002.
Really started taking it seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that was the point when I would be going to like the skate park and I would bring maybe like my scooter and skateboard, or like just bring my scooter.
And I guess also too, like, how did you know that a scooter was a thing that people did tricks on, like other than transportation? Do you see a video or something?
I think it was just so natural that like, oh, like I would watch bike videos all the time and like skate videos, even when I was like super little. Like my dad just had like all these old skate videos and BMX videos, and our Super Bowl was like the X Games. Like that's what we would watch when people would watch like actual sports. Like we were never into like football and stuff like that. I think it was just so natural that like, oh yeah, I'm like a tiny little kid. I can't try and bar spin on a bike, but I can try it on a scooter. Very soon after that, I started watching videos and like really digging into scootering and seeing like what other people are doing. I think it was the typical like, once you learn a trick, you're like, I'm the best in the world at this. Like no one else is doing this.
Yeah.
So yeah, after that, I started watching videos and stuff.
Elijah_Dier, as a rider who works within the industry, what does he feel we need in order to push scootering forward?
I think more kids need to buy scooter parts. For real. I
Good
think,
scooter parts.
Yeah, like good scooter parts. I think right now like a lot of kids are influenced by companies that aren't necessarily doing good things in scootering or like pushing scootering in the right direction. They might just be making like some fancy colors of something that they think looks cool. That's not really like helping scootering. That's just helping the one guy make money off of scootering. Maybe really like thinking about where you're buying stuff, who you're buying stuff from, or like what companies like you're repping.
I always try to explain to kids at the skate park, like whenever I see them, definitely where they're buying it from, like regardless of what parts it is. It's like, well, where did you get that? Like Amazon, you know what I mean? It's like you could have just gotten the same thing off like Outset, and that like that's owned by a scooter rider, you know?
Yeah.
And then also like I don't know, like a lot of scooter parts are like pretty good nowadays, and like stuff doesn't really break. And a lot of stuff is also the same price. Yeah. So it's like, why not just get something that's owned by a scooter rider, like like a rider-owned company?
Yeah. At least for like Tilt, I know like we're not in it just to like make money, obviously. Like basically if kids are buying our scooter parts, that allows us to make more like sick stuff and like explore new like innovations in scootering. It just like gives us that possibility. So yeah, we're not just trying to take your money, we're trying to make scootering sick.
He also said, would you like the scene to remain small or blow up to the level of skateboarding?
Our like side of scootering or whatever is like pretty small, and scootering in general is still pretty small. I think it needs more time to like mature, like have a little bit more time for people to take it seriously before it actually blows up. But I think it'd be cool if it was bigger. It'd be cool if we didn't show up to a spot or like a skate park and some skaters are like scoffing at us or having to explain like what you're doing to someone. Like every time someone asks me like, oh, like, where do you work? Or like, oh, you scooter? And I'm like, yeah, it's like skateboarding. Like, yeah. Like, oh, just think of skateboarding, but with a scooter. Like, that's like where it's at right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be cool if it like blew up and people understood that it's a thing that people do. Also, it's kind of sick that it's pretty low key right now.
Yeah.
Because it definitely is like different.
Yeah.
Than because people don't like expect that. You could do like a single tail whip flat and people are just like, oh my god, like how do you do that? Like, just blows people's minds.
Yeah. The same guy also says, as someone who works closely with Colin, is it difficult to come up with ideas for products? I'm interested in learning about the design process of products.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it definitely is hard to come up with new ideas, but then again, sometimes we might see something that needs like a great improvement in scootering, and that could be like a simple design fix, or I mean, Colin's just like a genius somehow. Colin just knows, like, he just comes up with these crazy ideas all the time. I think for him, maybe it's not that hard. We all take influences from like each other, and we have quite a few people who like are intelligent about scootering and know what could make scootering better. So I would say, I guess probably not. It's actually not too hard to think of new product designs and things like that.
Well, like every product gets ran by the whole team for input, and people, it usually ends up in it being way better than it could have been if it was just Colin designing it. So
Yeah.
that makes it easier, because even if it's a bad idea, it can get people thinking in a different direction.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not just like one person like, this is the best deck or whatever, because I think it is.
Yeah. Yeah, like when Colin was designing the tilt deck, he would ask me a lot for like different like pointers, or like, what do you like about this deck, or like, what do you want from a deck? And I definitely helped him along the way with like some certain points, and I know like you did too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a collaborative effort.
And I know, I mean, I don't know how it is with other scooter companies. It's probably very similar to scooter companies that are small, like Tilt is small. And it's just like for example, I've never liked the Continental grips because I thought they were too hard.
Yeah.
And then like the rubber got updated to softer compound, but even that was like, I think we determined that it was just like the rib pattern. So it was like, okay, well, these grips aren't working, like let's make a new grip. And probably within a couple months, like the grip is being like sent to the factory to get prototyping. Like you can just move really fast and like respond to the rider's needs and like just really do whatever you want. All right, Commissioner Gordon, can I have my Bustin' Cakes DVD back?
No. He gave me the original, I think it's the original copy of Bustin' Cakes. And I still have it to this day. And I will never give it up.
Is it sort of just like a bootleg, like homemade DVD, or it's
like one of those just like DVDs you would like burn a disc to or something, and then it just says Bustin' Cakes on it in Sharpie.
Yeah. That's great.
And I think I want to say there's a photo of, it might be Matt Ogle with him holding it. It's a picture of someone on Facebook or Instagram of them holding that DVD, and I want to say it's like the first copy.
Yeah.
And I don't know why Jordan gave that to me, but he's never getting it back.
Why do so many Tilt sponsored riders come from Iowa?
It's in the corn.
It's in the corn.
Yeah.
You're a child of the corn.
Yeah, I'm a child of the corn. I don't know, but that's so true. Devin Heald, Jordan, Isaac.
Oh yeah, Isaac.
Isaac. Zack Johnston. I mean, there's quite a few like good scooter riders.
When I think of Iowa and when I went to Iowa, I was just like, what the hell is this? Like this place is not the best.
Yeah. Even like living like that far from Iowa, I'll still like, whenever I tell people like, yeah, I'm from Iowa, they're just like, what? Like, where even is that? Like I have a So I have like the outline of Iowa tattooed on my arm. I don't know if anyone's ever like guessed it right. Like guessed what state it is.
You could say Idaho or Iowa. It's the same.
Yeah, they think it's like, yeah. No, Iowa's corn, Idaho's potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also says, "What's your daily hair routine like?"
Oh, it's a long one.
Is it?
No. Okay. No. Damn, so many hair questions.
Yeah.
I think that's really why I'm probably on tilt. It's my hair, not my scooter or anything. I don't know.
A little pomade, maybe?
So, well, I always have to shower in the morning. I shower every single morning. And because whenever I wake up, my hair is just like sticking directly straight up. It's just like, my hair is like really thick.
Yeah.
So I always like shower, dry it off, put a little product in there.
Yeah.
That's my secret. I'm not gonna tell what the product is. But yeah, that's really it. Slick it back a little bit.
All right.
If it doesn't work, wear a hat.
Yeah, I'm sure Jordan knows all about the hair routines.
Yeah, Jordan's got the hair routines down.
Jordan has the session comb. He's got a comb on all the sessions that he takes out and combs his slicked back hair with.
I'm not that into it. I just I don't know. Just see what happens in the morning.
All right, last question from Jordan. Would you rather have a mullet or never be able to manual ever again?
Mullet. Dude, I feel like I could rock the mullet. I actually had a mullet when I was either 1 or like younger than 1. Yeah, I could bring that back. If I can't manual, then like I'm nothing. No. I think that's the only thing I'm good at. So
Deputy Bull, what's your manual inspiration?
Jordan Jasa.
All right.
Probably.
Short and sweet.
Yeah. We'll just keep it at Jordan Jasa.
What's your favorite trip you've been on?
Probably Toronto, because that was like my first big one.
Mm-hmm.
That was, and I really want to go back to Toronto because I really like that city when we went there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll keep it at that one. That was like my first big trip, first tilt trip.
What makes the perfect video part?
It's 1/3 filming, 1/3 riding, 1/3 song.
Yeah.
It's got to be a perfect balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a video can have like.
What about the editing?
Editing doesn't matter.
Editing doesn't matter.
No. I think I'll put filming and editing in like one category. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, a video can be like edited and filmed well and like the writing's well, but if the song is just trash, then like I'm not gonna be as into it as like I could be. And it's not even just like using a song that I personally like a lot. It's just like using a song that matches well. So like I'm not gonna put like Josh Young with like some super hipster song. Like Josh Young deserves a good
Jeezy track.
Yeah, like a good rap song. That makes a good Josh Young part.
Would you rather have a photo or video of trick?
Probably depends on the trick. I definitely get really hyped on photos. I think like people should definitely take more photos and even like posters and stuff. I think those are really sick. And not enough people do those or like make those. So I get super hyped on photos. I would probably get more hyped if it was a photo compared to like a single clip. I'd probably get more hyped on a photo. Cause like I get more hyped on a good Instagram like photo than I do like just a single clip or a couple clips on Instagram. But if it were like video parts compared to photos, then I'd say a video part.
Saf_ride. Is it possible to create an authentic video without using a VX?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a DVX.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I have no problems with like HD filming. Like I was telling you earlier, it's mostly like the way that people use it or don't know how to use it. I think that just makes it so like videos filmed with VXs are so much easier to enjoy and to like be able to film. Any video can be like good. I think all of Tilt 2 is really good, and that's HD.
Yeah.
So
just tools.
Yeah, it's like just knowing how to use like the tools that you're using.
All right, Michael Mancong. How has a plant-based diet affected your athletic abilities?
Tremendously. I mean, it obviously helps out with like giving you so much energy. And I think it was a couple weeks ago I was riding in Grand Rapids with a few friends, I was like pushing up all of the hills, and I was probably 50 feet ahead of them the whole time. And I'll just go out and say it's from being vegan. Or maybe just being healthier in general. Yeah, you don't feel as weighed down.
Yeah.
Especially during the after sesh at some food place. You're not eating like a greasy cheeseburger and then just feeling so weighed down.
All right, Alex Cook dot 3621. Can you post weekly videos on the Tilt YouTube? So
Like
you want us to vlog?
Yeah.
If that's what you're asking, the answer is no. Absolutely not.
Yeah, we can't do that. I guess that's kind of a do you want quantity or quality question.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Is like I would rather wait longer for like a better video than just be spammed with like a million videos that are like not that great. Yeah, I think we take our time on a lot of stuff, and that it really shows in our videos.
We're going to try to do a mix of it, like sort of do these, not weekly, but do videos that take less to shoot and edit so we can put them out faster, but then also still have the like very in-depth production videos. So there's there's a balance, but
yeah.
I think balance is the key.
Yeah, definitely.
Brennan what's the secret to backside half cab, Manny frontside 180?
I think you got to do a quick half cab. I think you taught me that actually. Didn't you? Yeah, I think you taught me like when doing it so you're not like turning the whole time.
Yeah.
You have to like do like a quick half cab and be like straightened out right away. And then just being able to like fight that turn, I guess. Fight that urge to turn out backside.
Yeah.
And just do a quick front 180 out.
Yeah. And if you have the longer the pad, the more time you have to fight the spinning.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's a lot harder to do like a really quick one.
Joe Philip Voss.
That's Joe Voss.
Dean, when are you going to learn how to do proper nose manuals?
Never.
What does he mean? The feet coming off?
No, he's just jealous.
Like the heels coming up? Is that what he's saying?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I know my back foot definitely wobbles a little bit, but
I think that's what he's saying.
yeah, whatever, Joe. I'll teach you how to nose manual.
Logan Evans 4. Dylan Casson, what editing program do you use to make videos? I use Adobe Premiere Pro CC. If I need to do any in-depth audio editing, I use Adobe Audition CC. If I need to do any in-depth color grading, I use DaVinci Resolve. And for any motion graphics that are in-depth or like masking or stuff like that, I use Adobe After Effects CC. And years ago, I used to use Final Cut Pro 7, and that was sort of like the standard. But now everybody uses Premiere. So
yeah. For the record, I use Windows Movie Maker, and for any after editing, I use Microsoft Paint.
There you go. Puss and Boots, double S. Come to Cleveland and ride while you're in Columbus. We might if it's warm enough, but I kind of doubt it's going to be warm enough because it's on the lake.
Yeah, it's been cold this whole trip.
Yeah, Cleveland's a good time, and Don Marconi, who owns Aztec, is from there. So
okay. Yeah.
Caden _0226. What is the Tandem episode?
This is the Tandem episode.
You're listening, young Caden.
Yeah.
All right, Ted Dax _. Is it true that Sentry bars make you lose bar spins?
They have back sweep, so they should. I think that makes it easier.
It makes it different. Like
yeah.
Like you won't lose bar spins if you're going from T bars, but they have back sweep, and they're also like that area is heavier, so you have to get used to it. But
yeah.
No.
Yeah. You shouldn't lose them. If you ride, I would say if you don't ride like really wide bars already, then yeah, it'll be harder to do bar spins. My opinion is like I think T bars always look the best.
Mm.
Yeah. I just think they're like the most practical.
And he also says, "How long and old are you?" So he wants to get your body specs.
Yeah.
He's trying to, I don't know, sew you a bodysuit or something for
damn.
Christmas.
How long am I? I don't know. Depending on the time.
Post your deck specs.
Yeah. I'm 22 and I'm 6 feet tall.
Even?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah. I'm not going to go any more in depth, than that.
All right. Well, that's all the questions.
Nice.
Do you want to talk about anything else?
I used to be fat. That's kind of a sick thing. And I blame it all on Jordan Jasa. Shots fired.
No, that was just your brother, right?
Yeah, that was my brother. Dylan and I both have brothers. If you look at any of our IDs, it's not the same person. So when I moved to Chicago into the Tilt house, I was 18 and had like never lived on my own. The day I moved in was like the first day I ever went grocery shopping, like by myself.
Yeah.
So I just went with like Jordan and Zack.
Oh,
and
man.
Jordan definitely doesn't have the best diet ever. He likes Taco Bell and stuff.
He likes the gas stations.
Luckily for him, he has a high metabolism. It doesn't show. For me, I didn't have that high of a metabolism, and I would just eat like frozen pizzas every night. And at the highest, I think I was like 200 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, 200, like 205 around there. I was like filming with Shorty or something, and I saw some like clips of myself, and I was like, oh man, I just don't look like I don't even like my footage. Like that looks gross.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I just kind of decided to like start eating healthier. I ended up like cutting my diet in half. I literally never set foot in a gym. I just did like sit-ups in my room and like ran around a little bit, like ran a few miles. Now I think I'm like 150, scootering, little working out, and I actually didn't go vegetarian or vegan until I lost like most of the weight. It was like a decision. I was like, so I could never do this before. Like when I was bigger, I was like, oh, I can never think about being vegetarian or vegan. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I'll try it out for a week. And yeah, I tried it out for a week, and then I was like, oh, that was easy. Like I'll try it out for a month, and then just kept going from there.
Well, thanks for doing this. Thanks for coming to Ohio and riding.
Yeah, no problem. Next time I'll come when there's like nicer weather and it's not snowing.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, but we'll push through this week.
Yeah.
We'll get that video done.
Yeah, so look for Christian's video next month, maybe.
Yeah.
This comes out at the end of April, so yeah, May it'll be out.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Cool. Thanks
All
for
right.
having me.
Yeah, for sure.
Peace out.
That's it for Christian's interview. I hope you enjoyed it. The in-person interview still interests me, so I'll try to bring my audio gear on scooter trips when I have access to people that I think would be good guests for the podcast. So after a year of doing this podcast, I've gotten the workflow pretty streamlined every month. I decide who to have on based on suggestions by listeners or just my gut feeling. I research them to formulate interview questions. Then I arrange a time to make an internet call, and the recording is on. After we have recorded, I cut the audio pretty meticulously, removing any pause or unneeded words or unneeded topic to speed up the flow, just so I think if I didn't do that, they would probably be hardly listenable. It wouldn't really keep the attention of listeners. So that's pretty important to me. I record an intro, an outro, just like I'm doing now. I drop in the music, and that's about it. So Ben Bursell lays out the text on the track photo and sends it over. Then I publish it on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. From start to finish, this process takes me 20 to 40 hours per month. This process may be overdone, but I don't want to listen to these episodes years later and cringe at the lack of effort. A lot of these episodes are the only record of important scooter history, so I want them to be executed professionally. So after hearing all of this, my question to you is, would you buy Tandem merch, such as shirts or hats, to support the large amount of time I spend each month creating these? Would you subscribe for a recurring donation on Patreon for more episodes or a donation each month. This would pay for production costs and the iTunes and SoundCloud hosting fee, which is pretty significant. I feel like it has reached the point where I feel comfortable asking for contributions for this podcast. I definitely did not feel the same way when I started it a year ago. I feel like it has value and people are recognizing that value, the value of what it's doing for the scooter community. So let me know in the comments of whatever platform you're listening to this on if you think maybe that would be something that would be worth my time. I just wouldn't want to waste a bunch of time like trying to make Tandem, merch or setting up a whole Patreon effort or something like that and just people not even supporting it at all. Because if I was able to be supported more by stuff like that, I could just do more. I mean, it's only one episode per month. It does take me a while, but if I was somehow able to be supported more and divert my current work to more Tandem, there would just be more episodes. So if that is something you think would hold value, just let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks to Ben Bursell for the graphic design and music. For any questions or suggestions, email thetandempod@gmail.com. New episodes are out on the last Friday of each month, so tune in next month. Thanks.